What's going on, people? I'm going to show you another fun video, a quick way of making some kale greens. You know, kale is a really good, nutritious vegetable if you're on a low-carb diet. But now sometimes it can be kind of plain tasting, so I'm going to show you how to kick it up and how to make it taste real good so that you'll want to cook it every time. Okay, we're going to start out by heating up some oil. I'm personally using some bacon oil. You can use olive oil, you can use some regular vegetable oil, but bacon grease kind of gives it a really good flavor. And I've also chopped up some onions here. We're going to add the onions to it here. And we're going to just kind of saute those. Kind of trying to do this with one hand. May not work out. I'm going to saute those till they're kind of glistening. You just want to get it to their glistening somewhat. That'll take you about 5 minutes right there to do that. Okay, see how they got a nice little glisten to them now? Okay, when they get to that level right there, and again, that's about 3-4 minutes maybe. I'm cooking it on medium heat. When it gets to that level, you can start adding your other ingredients. Okay, we're going to use some mild giardiniera, if you're saying that correctly. We're going to use some whole artichoke hearts. These are marinated, and we're going to use a little bit of garlic. That right there is probably about 2 heaping tablespoonful, but you can do it by eye. You know, you don't have to put a certain amount. It's just to taste. And I've done this enough to kind of know the kind of taste that I like. We're going to add that to our onion mixture here. Okay, we've got our giardiniera in there. We're going to add our artichokes and just pour all the liquid and everything. It gives it a nice flavor. You can chop up those artichokes a little bit while you got them in there. And we also added about a teaspoonful of our garlic. Just kind of stir it around. That artichoke's got a little bit of vinegar and olive oil in there. And again, you don't have to use it whole. You can kind of break some of it up. I usually leave mine kind of whole because as it cooks, it'll kind of break apart. I also add a splash of vinegar. That's just about that's apple cider vinegar. That's just about a tablespoonful, not much. I also add about a tablespoonful of honey, maybe 2, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. Okay, and now I'm going to add me some Tony Chachere's here. This is just some spices, seasoning. Looks like a lot, but it's not. That was about maybe a teaspoonful. And I know you guys are wondering, when am I going to put the darn kale in there? And this is the kale. You add the kale last. This right here is already pre-washed, and all you do is cook and serve. And so we're going to put those in there. All right, and even though we've got some fluid in there from the giardiniera and the artichokes, I'll still add about a cup of water. You can use some chicken broth if you want to. And since they were pre-washed triple times, I did go ahead and rinse them off a little bit, because you never know how people do things. And again, we're going to let that cook, let it boil down for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And then we'll come back when they're good and tasty. But they have to boil down. Again, cook them on medium for about 10 minutes or so, and then lower the heat. Alrighty, it's been about 7 minutes. See how they change color on there? That's what you want. Now you can go ahead and stir it around, and because all this stuff will shrink. It looks like I put a lot in there, but it'll shrink down. Now when it gets some people can eat them just like this right here. I like mine to be a little bit more tender, and I like for them to be a little bit darker green too. So you see some little patches of bright green in there. I like it to be a little bit darker green. So we're going to stir this around, and then we're going to let it just kind of boil down saute down till it gets to the consistency that we want. I guarantee you this will be delicious. It'll give you a new taste of something pleasurable. Alrighty, and when they get to this level and that color, they're done. And you can let it cook until the little stems get a little bit darker, but these are pretty much done. It was really easy. It took less than 30 minutes. You can cook them a little bit longer again if you want the stems to be a different color, but they are edible and edible very well. What I mean is they'll taste real good at this level right here, but if you want the stems to be tender, cook it a little bit longer. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.